Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Anime Weekly, brought to you by the Anime Abroad podcast and myself, Archer Skye. Apologies in advance if I sound a little bit rough. I had a heavy night of drinking and smoking last night, which I'm sure surprises everybody who's listened to this podcast before, but nonetheless, I wanted to give this idea a little spin and see if it works. This is just a test to see if anybody's interested, and if anybody's interested, I'm going to try and bring the show to you every week, and I must put emphasis on the word try. In this show, I'll be bringing you the biggest news stories happening in the anime world during the week, and occasionally giving you my own thoughts and opinions as well. So, that's the plan. Shall we get on with it? So then, for this week, let's start off with a story that's of particular interest to me. As we all know, the autumn or fall season of anime is a few weeks away, and one of the biggest titles set to air is the very much anticipated Studio Ufotable remake of the 2006 anime Fate Stay Night. The official website for Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works has announced that premiere screenings of the anime will be held in 7 different locations globally, 3 of which will be taking place in Japan. Screenings include Osaka, Tokushima, and Tokyo, and the other 4 will be taking place in California, Paris, Nuremberg, and Seoul. All 7 screenings will be held at the same time on September the 28th. The screenings taking place in Japan are set to have some very special guests tagging along as well. For example, director Takahiro Miura, animation and character designer Tomomonori Sudo, and voice actors Noriaki Sugiyama and Ayako Kawasumi, who play Emiya and Shiro respectively, set to make an appearance in Tokyo. If I've mispronounced any of those names, and I'm sure I mispronounced all of them, I do apologise. Tickets for the Japanese screening are set to go on sale on September the 13th for 2,000 yen a piece, which in my eyes is a very reasonable price indeed. I have to say, I envy anybody who gets the chance to go and see this show in cinema. Anyone who's listened to this podcast before, anybody who knows anything about me, knows how big of a fan of Fate Zero I am. One thing I love in particular in that show is the animation. I mean, this show is simply breathtaking to look at. And judging by the 3 or 4 previews I've seen, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works is looking just as good, if not better, than Fate Zero. This is an opportunity simply too good to miss. If you happen to live in any of the 7 cities I've just mentioned, make sure you go get your tickets as soon as possible. With any luck, they may just pull a Fate Zero and make the first episode an hour or 40 minutes long, which, for a price roughly similar to 2,000 yen, is an absolute steal. Staying on Fate Stay Night related news, the official Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works website has also announced that the series will stream in English-speaking countries on Crunchyroll and Hulu. The stream will start on October the 4th on the same day as Japan, but the times may vary. Crunchyroll also streams the best anime known to man, Fate Zero, as well, so if you haven't gotten yourself a Crunchyroll account yet, there's no better time than now to do so. Good news for all of you Fate Illya fans out there. Sentai Filmworks has announced that it has gained the license for the second series in the Fate Illya franchise, Fate Kaliad Liner Prisma Illya 2 Zwei. The company has plans to release the series on DVD and Blu-ray in North America with no dates planned as of yet, but it is expected to be sometime in 2015. The final episode of Fate Illya Season 2 aired this week, finishing up with the promise of a 3rd season set to air sometime in 2015 also. I only managed to get through 1 episode of the first season of this show, and it's safe to say the show is not for me whatsoever. When I hear news like this, it makes me sad to think of all the shows I would love to get a 2nd season for that I never got. But putting my butt pains aside, I think this is good news overall. If there is enough demand for a 3rd season, that would suggest to me that the first season of this show is selling or sold very well, or at least sold a decent amount of units anyway. And any money being pumped back into the anime studios is good news in my books. Do you like Kill la Kill? Are you British? Well, I'm happy to say I've got some good news for you. Anime Limited has posted news regarding its upcoming collector's edition release of the first volume of Kill la Kill. The entire collector's edition is set to be released in 3 parts. Volume 1 will be released in October, which includes the first 9 episodes, clean titles, whatever that means, and a 188 key-art and storyboard book that is replicated 100% from the Japanese booklet. The Blu-ray discs for Part 1 will cost £59.99 and a DVD release will be £10 cheaper at £49.99. On the subject of formatting and pricing, this is what Anime Limited had to say. This isn't just one licensor, but the industry is pushing to protect the Japanese market over the last few months especially. Since we're Region B, we are a less tasty option for Japanese counter-importation. We've tried to find some compromises. For us, that meant 2 parts for Kill la Kill wasn't an option, and instead we did the following. Negotiated 3 parts instead of 5, allowing us to produce collector's packaging. Negotiated a release date not so long after the second part of the US release. Managed to set a price point that, while higher than a usual product, still gets you the best quality at the best price in current markets. So currently, for £5 more than the standard edition in the USA, you are getting deluxe packaging, content not released outside of Japan, and the series over fewer sets. Now, with all that being said, I'm not too sure what to think on this one. Assuming parts 2 and 3 are going to cost the same, that's a few pennies short of £180 for the complete series on Blu-ray. I'm sure anybody who listens to the podcast knows I'm a penny pincher when it comes to my anime, so I like to wait for the price to come down a little bit before purchasing. And plus, I just want the discs. There's yet to be a collector's edition that has enticed me to spend a little more than I normally would. I suppose with the gaps in between each volume coming out might make the impact on your wallet seem a little bit less, but if this were a show I was interested in, I'm waiting for the price to come down just a little bit. With that being said, I want to hear from you guys, the Kill la Kill fans. What do you think of this kind of pricing? Is it too much? Is it spot on? Cheaper than expected? Can you afford it? Even if you can afford it, do you want to pay that much for it anyway? Let me know in the comments section. As some of you may know, this year we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of light novelist Kazuma Kamachi's hit anime series A Certain Magical Index. As a special celebration, JC staff have put together a new anime promotional video that includes characters for a number of different light novel series that Kamachi has created, such as A Certain Magical Index, Heavy Object, the Sasashiki Warashi of Intellectual Village, and well Terute-san no Konkatsu Jijo. I'm sure I butchered all of those names and I apologise. This video is the 9th of 10 projects in the ongoing 10th anniversary celebrations. This video also includes the song called Where I Belong for All Time, written and performed by Mami Kawada. The artist has contributed songs for A Certain Magical Index before, and in particular a favourite of mine is Masterpiece, the second OP for the first season. I'd highly recommend you guys all go check that out. Overall, I think it's a very entertaining trailer and I love the song for it. I think Mami Kawada is a fantastic artist, and I'll leave a link for you guys in the description for you to go ahead and check out. I would highly recommend that you do so. In some more light-hearted news this week, the creator of the very popular manga series Attack on Titan, Hajime Isayama, answered some of the burning questions we've all been dying to have answered. I mean, I have a lot of questions to ask when it comes to Titan, but certainly none as important as these. I am extremely pleased to say that there are some people out there asking the more hard-hitting questions. Examples included: does Eren prefer sweets or drinking? Good question. I now know Eren will probably never go for a pint with me, which is always good news. Has Armin ever thought about cutting his hair shorter? Again, great question. As it happens, Armin likes his bowl cut and wants to keep it. Good for you, Armin. What do Bert and Reiner do for stress relief? As it turns out, it's not power wanking as I originally assumed, and it's push-ups instead. And the biggest question of them all, what are the female Titans' measurements? To which Isayama replied, B860, W660, H860. Good, good, good. I love these questions. Keep up the good work, Titan community. You're a shining example to the world. And now for a little bit of bad news. The Association of Copyright for Computer Software is reporting that Fugaku Prefecture Police arrested a 27-year-old man this Wednesday on suspicion of uploading popular manga series Berserk using the file sharing software Share. According to the report, the man in question is also accused of uploading 29 music files on June 23rd of this year. The suspect has allegedly admitted to the charges and has also admitted to using the software for about 10 years now. In a separate matter, police also arrested a 44-year-old man in Shiogama on Wednesday on suspicion of using the same software to upload manga. The man accused has allegedly uploaded some manga from the K-On! Series, among other titles as well. The police searched the man's apartment and confiscated his computer. The man has allegedly admitted to the charges, saying that he thought it was bad to just download, so he also uploaded as well. So we have breaking news, people. We have found the first man ever to admit feeling bad about downloading and not seeding. This is absolutely incredible. But of course, all jokes aside, these guys are looking at a hefty punishment for this. From the information I'm reading, as of Thursday the 11th of September 2014, uploaders caught in Japan can face a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison and a maximum fine of 10 million yen, which is roughly 93,000 US dollars or 57,000 pounds sterling, from what Google is telling me. That's a very hefty punishment indeed. From what I understand, Japan are really starting to crack down on piracy these days, so it wouldn't surprise me to find out that these guys have had the book thrown at them and have been made an example of. So to you guys who are using the software Share, I think twice about downloading and uploading from now on. Apparently there's been security risks, anonymity features in that software since 2006. So there's a lesson for you kids: if you don't pay for your anime, this is what can happen to you. And now we're going to take a quick pause for the cause and hear from our sponsors over at HorribleSubs.com. Good news for all of you nostalgia guys out there: the countdown clock on the official website for Digimon Adventure has hit 0 and the big reveal has finally happened. A silhouette of 17-year-old Taichi Yagami and his Digimon partner Agumon has been revealed. The website also reveals some story information in both Japanese and English. The website also hints that another egg will be on the website soon. For full details, please visit the website, the link is in the description below. As many of us know, an anime continuation to the 1999 TV series was announced last month. I was quite big into Digimon as a kid, so I have to admit, I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm just hoping with the characters being a little bit older, we get to see a more mature storyline. But I'll take whatever I can get. I absolutely love this show. Some more good news for the UK fans out there. Picturehouse Cinemas will be screening the 1995 film Ghost in the Shell on Saturday, September the 27th. Most of them start at 9 PM, but there will be some exceptions. A complete list of venues hosting the event will be listed in the comments section below. For a show that has such a high reputation, if the ticket prices are reasonable, I'd highly recommend you go see this. And surprisingly enough, there is a screening in Liverpool. I haven't seen this movie yet, so I am very tempted to go see it for myself. Plus, I just want to go and see anime on the big screen. Last time I did that, I was watching the second Pokemon movie, so it's been a very, very long time. Cash pending, expect to hear my thoughts on the podcast soon. Right then, let's wrap up news for this week and let's finish this show off. This story is an absolute doozy. I mean, what a fantastic story for the media to come across. A 14-year-old girl from Florida allegedly lit her house on fire last week and then ran away from home, leaving her mother and 9-year-old brother asleep in the house. According to the police report, she soaked a bedsheet in rum and bleach and set fire to it in the garage. Luckily enough, her mother and brother escaped the blaze unharmed. After a frantic search trying to find the girl, the mother received a text off of her daughter saying, "Mum, I'm so sorry, I don't know why I did it. Did any of you get hurt?" The girl was later found in a park bathroom and arrested on 1 charge of arson and 2 charges of attempted murder. The teen said she thought about lighting her house on fire after reading the Soul Eater manga. Pasco County Detective Daniel Toner was quoted saying, "There's a part in this book where 2 characters get in a fight with each other. All of a sudden that clicked something in her mind and she decided she was going to kill her family." Police found the girl's diary where she wrote about popular video game character Slenderman. In her diary she wrote, "If this keeps up, there will be no safety in this house." Well, this is a really tricky and horrible story to cover and talk about. I mean, thank God nobody died in the incident. First and foremost, I want to make it plainly clear, I don't like to read about anybody dying under most circumstances, but can you imagine the headlines? Can you imagine the media explosion if somebody would have died? Video games and evil Japanese comic books combined forces to turn a little innocent girl into a murderer. We would never, ever hear the end of it. My thoughts and sympathies go out to the family. I mean, they must be going through a really tough time right now, and I wish them all the best in the world. I sincerely hope that this little girl gets all the help that she needs to get through this and to work out her problems, and hopefully there's a nice future waiting for her at the end of this. Well, I'm sorry to leave us all on a sad note, but that's about all I've got for you this week. Just bear in mind that this was a pilot idea. If anyone's interested, from this point on, all Anime Weekly shows will be taking place on a Friday, and it will include a full week's worth of news. So, let me know what you think in the comments section. Do we want to see more of this on the channel from this point on? If you don't like me doing it, who from the cast would you like to hear doing it? I have asked some questions. God damn it, let me hear you guys in the comment section. I need to know if this is going to work out or not. And I just want to repeat my closing question from the 3rd episode of Reanimate. Are you into sports anime? Are you a lover of manga? Do you have a decent microphone? Are your opinions really bad? If so, the Anime Abroad podcast wants to hear from you. We are looking to recruit maybe 1 or 2 more people to the podcast. None of us on the podcast watch sports anime religiously or read a lot of manga, and we need people to fill in those holes for us. You won't be expected to participate in Reanimate, Ego Without Amigos, or Anime Weekly, but we do want you on the podcast occasionally to do some reviews for us, and if you're the sports guy, watch all of the sports anime that's airing in the upcoming seasons. So if you're interested, please let us know. You can contact us on our Facebook page, PM us on YouTube, leave us a comment, send us an email over on the Anime Abroad podcast at gmail.com, or you can just add me on Skype. You can just add Archer Skye. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fruits and vegetables, birds and the bees, transvestites and transgenders, mechs and aliens, thank you all so much for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode of whatever the fuck's coming out. We'll see you next time.